Tuesday, 9th of February 2016, Wargaming has released the reward tanks. Take a guess what I picked. Here's a hint, it's sleek and looks like a spaceship. Now that Clan Wars Season 4 is over, it's time to pick up your reward tank, if you qualified for it. Go to the global map, and a trophy will appear. Click on it and 4 tank options will be there if you have never received a Clan Wars reward tank. You have 3 days to decide which tank you want, and after that, WG will pick the T95E6 as default. As you can see, I've already made my choice, and it's the Object 907. And here it is, brand spanking new. What a sexy beast. I have already set it up so I'll quickly go through it. Apart from winning a tank of your choice, you also will be awarded one unique summer digital camo, which you can apply to one tank of each nation. You also get additional winter and desert camo for the particular tank that you chose. Next, you will receive a unique emblem for the tank you chose. I think you can put the emblem on any of the tanks of the same nation, but you can only use it once. On the 907, it's the Guardian emblem. Another free emblem I received is the Bear emblem, which it seems can only be applied to the 907. The camo looks awesome, and the emblem will make it a very unique and memorable campaign tank. Here's the winter and desert camo. They are the same and exclusive to the 907. It's called the Clan Legendary Camouflage. I like the color, but I think it would have been nicer in the digital camo pattern. What do you think? Anyway, here's what the summer digital camo looks like on the other tanks. So far I've put them on my STB-1 and my Centurion Action X. I think it doesn't suit every tank out there, and it sucks that we can't preview it before deciding to have it applied permanently. Wargaming, please fix that. Here's my crew and equipment set up. They are my all-female crew from the T-62A. I use a vertical stabilizer, a gun rammer and optics. I did try swapping optics for vents, but found that vision would be more useful for my style of play. Let's get on to the specifics of the 907, and some gameplay video. We will compare stats with the Object 140, something most of you are familiar with. Let's start with the 2000 hit points, 100 more than the 140, it could mean surviving just one shot longer and being able to carry the game. In this clip, you will see me struggle to get any gun depression from this 100mm gun. It has 16 degrees of elevation and 5 degrees of depression, which makes it tricky at times to get into a hull-down firing position. I can't do much in this position, but I decided to stay here and act as a deterrent. Remember, this game is about winning, and not just WN8 and damage farming. If you're a filthy scrub lord and WN8 is all that matters to you, then now would be a good time to relocate and farm the damage elsewhere. Back to the 907, when you can get this gun singing, you will have excellent DPM from the 264 penetration and 320 average damage. It also has a slightly better rate of fire and reload time compared to the 140. This is a very flexible medium tank, with a fairly reliable gun. However, this baby shines and excels when playing a support role, or wolf packing to swarm enemy defenses. Just like on Guerrilla, all the fast tanks will rush to the hill to duke it out there. You need to be brave in your OP tank. If we let these bozos slow us down here, we would have certainly lost the hill. In situations like these, you need to get up front and show them who's got the biggest kahunas. Here's a situation where I either have potato aim, or Stalin is trolling me right now. The shot dips and I hit the dirt. I back up and assess the situation on the mini-map. It looks like I've found my new home, so I'll dig in and start shooting. Once again Stalin says no, or did I just discover a glitch in the edge? I was fully aimed and the target had an outline, and yet my shot hits the rock in front of me. I try again, but this time he duped me for good. That makes me 0 for 3. But on the way is a 215B, and I try to go for the tracking shot, but I'm being molested by this 1390, and I miss my shot. Fortunately, I did some damage and still remain relatively safe. Another customer has showed up, but I only have the 215B to shoot at, so I will focus on him. Here I completely uked out and tunneled vision on that 215B. I was lucky to bounce the E1, and the T-34 missed his shot, hitting the dirt in front of me. I managed to shoot the E1, and he amaraks me, the first shot I take in the game. I am about to be swarmed and rushed but luckily my teammates come closer to support and take them out promptly. The 215B is angled well, and I decide to retreat and take a snapshot to the lower plate. It does no damage and in return I take a big hit. If I decide to push my luck, it will not end well for me, so I proceed with caution and let my teammates take some of the slack. I will wait around and listen to the gunfire of the 215B. My opportunity will come once he's reloading. I hear the sound and I make my move, but tough titties, he's in a great position to defend his armor. I rush my shot and do no damage. In this situation, it would have been difficult for me to take on the 215B and his friends on my own, so luckily, I wasn't alone fighting them. He was constantly aware of me, and defended himself well. But defending against me meant he exposed his flank to my buddies. The guys from the north promptly finished him off, and we forage on to take the hill. I've heard in forums and clan chats, about how sensitive the 907 ammo rack is. There must be some truth to it, as I get ammo racked twice in this game, although the second was clearly my fault for showing the sides. Perhaps this was a coincidence, so I will reserve my opinion until I rack up a substantial number of games. Here's another skirmish where wolf packing is great. Rushing the K0 in Westfield is important in fast and mobile tanks, of course you also need someone in the middle to spot for you. The idea is, the guys across will support you and you will support the guys from across. Once I have determined that the K0 corner is not in immediate danger, I begin to look across to the middle of the map for side shots. Notice that I relocate to a hull down position instead of being a greedy scrub lord and shooting from where I was. This will minimize my exposure to the enemies towards the south. My aim time of 1.92 seconds is useful, and accuracy of 0.35 make me fairly accurate most of the time, but once again, it really depends on how the Ghost of Stalin is feeling on that day. I am reasonably satisfied with the results on this KV-3. I connected 2 out of 3 shots and I also set him on fire. Burn baby burn. That's one barbecue party. Now I have to turn my attention to the K0 corner. My buddies are coming under heavy fire and I need to get in there to help them. They've taken damage and in danger of losing their tanks. So what I'll do now is take the alpha position. Being in full health, I can absorb some of the punishment and help keep my teammates alive. Now the principles of fighting a corner apply. I use the terrain as cover and identify the primary and secondary targets. From here on it's just a matter of execution. We farm like the scrub lords that we are, and slowly diminish the health of our little foes. It's like working as a tag team. We just take turns to shoot. He puts out 1 shot while we put out 2 shots. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who's going to come out on top. I can afford to make mistakes because we have the HP advantage. I try shots I normally wouldn't try, like the cupola of the CAX, which is really small. I've missed 2 cupola shots, and decide that it's time to finish it off and move on. I have to push a little, exposing myself a bit more to get the shot on the lower plate. I shoot through the wheels and kill him, then I make my shot on the 907. I was hoping to get the kill but the damage roll was not high enough. Again, the Ghost of Stalin reminding me once again who really holds the keys to success. My teammate finishes the 907 off, and I make my way into the bushes to snipe across the middle. The E75 spots the Half-Life Foch 155, and I'm thinking to myself, yummy mummy. I try to lead my shot, but instead got duked. And my second attempt, sees my shell dip and hit the ground, instead of flying true. By the time I reload for my third attempt, the Foch was already ripped. So in a nutshell, the 907 is an awesome tank, and great fun to play with. Use it to support the heavies, or wolf pack with other mediums. Drive around and make use of its mobility to flank while you shout surprise motherfudder. That concludes my first impression of the 907. Give me a like to show your appreciation, and follow me on Facebook, Twitch and YouTube if you want to see more videos like this.